And so being able to play around both of your units in such a clean fashion is very, very difficult. And I've tried it in solo queue. You need like a team to play for you to play around with to know exactly how you're putting your units. But regardless, I'm really excited for it.
Yeah,
this is just it's just a peak comfort pick, I was going to say, for K2. I mean, I've seen this guy playing Umbra, you know, back when it had placeholder VFX for abilities. This guy knows this sponsor on this map really well, and I think it makes him big time.
Oh yeah, the flash also goes through walls.
Yes,
but
it does.
TENZ holds.
I mean, that's incredible. I mean, you know, this goes to show at the end of the day, util is massively important, but you got to be able to hit your shots. Seeing TENZ holding the site, AIRA is picking up the kill onto Shroud there as the flood is coming in onto the site. Beautiful job there on the attackers to make the opening, but you just cannot stop TENZ. The only way to stop him is if he runs out of ammo. As we're seeing the push, the constant flood, but the defenders are now fully set up, easy peasy in a 2v1 situation, bringing in these additional bodies to hold this, and they know exactly where K2 is.
Has to back out of there. Thankfully has the Zeus, so could make a sprint over to B, and it does seem to be the play. No one spots that. Ooh, spots a shoulder, but wouldn't be able to get that kill. Oh, wants to go and get the kill. Ooh. Bit of a commitment. I don't know if that was worth it because the attention is now brought back towards mid.
If he gets this kill here, then it absolutely will be. Both of those Spectres, or both of the players there, ton of damage being done. He still has 40 seconds to work with. I actually don't mind this decision to hold at mid. They're fully opting to spread and commit, meaning the K2 is going to be able to take a series of 1v1s. Did end up buying that light armor there with the carbon, so we'll have that. But I love this aggressive flank coming in from the defenders. And we're looking to try and pinch here. Only 24 seconds left on the clock. The angle is being held. If Justin hits this shot, it's all over.
Ooh, angle looked away. The timing on that, and yeah, K2 was spotted. Or I think, I'm looking at the mini-map. Okay, there it is. 4K for Justin. Ends K2's reign of terror. Or attempted reign of terror. But regardless, very close first round. Very heavy hit on the A site. And I will say, if TENZ didn't get that initial double kill, one with each unit, by the way, so exploiting the duality right in the beginning, then this could have been an attacker win on the pistol round.
And I have to say, though, I like how immediately you call out the Umber pick, and immediately we see some sick tech. Going into Duct, being able to scan and spot behind the box on A site. Wasn't quite able to line up in time that flash there, because again, it does go through walls, it does go through terrain, but it is a little bit of a narrow avenue. And TENZ, maybe a bit of luck, a bit of skill, able to sort of dodge that out. The timing wasn't quite there.
Oops.
Oops, didn't see that, Justin.
I wasn't supposed to go there.
No, you're fine.
Another heavy approach to A from the attackers. Now it's Shroud to defend. Even pulls out the vector dynamics. They didn't catch that at the start, but goes down to a really well-timed push. A puck thrown onto the site. Gets taken care of. So
Zeus has been planted.
Or no, I think that might have been. That was also Shroud?
Yes. I think he may have fat-fingered at some point earlier, or maybe brought his Spectre in and didn't necessarily mean to.
Oh, I know what it is. I know what it is. A quick little vector dynamics breakdown for you. The stim that increases your fire rate, you can reactivate it to pull your other unit immediately to you, and they get stimmed as well. So that's what that was. Probably double tap that ability, whether intentional or not.
I guess not intentional given how quickly it went down, as K2 is able to pick up a follow-up kill there, going a little bit back and forth, but the Zeus is ticking down. The attacker's looking in a great position here, as we're seeing a 1-1, the tie up here from Team TRUO, be able to tie this one up. Nicely done there from them, and breaking the economy a little bit on the opposing side. We'll see what people are able to buy off the back of this. Teams have sort of been making a couple of different decisions here, so keep an eye on the guns cam on the situation. Shroud, not necessarily off to the best start, but that actually tracks with our last game, because this is the round, if you remember, he got that first ace.
Really leaning into that storyline, aren't we?
I'm gonna try, man. We got what are we gonna do here? Fellow Canadian, you know, I gotta hype him up a little bit.
Well, Team TRUO, they're really committed to the storyline of attacking A because they are set up for an A hit once again. All 6 members just outside of it. And if memory serves me correctly, this isn't how they approached Mill in their previous match. They were more spread out, more defaulty. But A is wide open for Team Shroud. They're taking mid very aggressively, not going to find anyone.
We're seeing one player there sort of in that mid connector. Otherwise, the site has just been completely taken over. AIRA was able to get that first pickup onto TENZ, however. We're hearing Spectre warnings going off across the board. It looks like there will be a bit of a flank. They need to keep an eye on the Spectres back, sort of at the spawn side of things. And AIRA just continuing to absolutely go off the one-man wrecking crew. We're seeing the pickup now potentially there in mid. What is going on?
At that range with the Whisper, you have to land, it feels like 100 shots. But hey, if you land them, and I think the timing... Oh, spotted the shoulder. Shroud still gets a kill on the TRUO.
Yeah, Shroud still able to pick that one up, but doesn't know. There comes the split grenade in the back and forth. Shroud out, and AIRA's there with a 5K in this round number 3. Beautiful pickup. Still pistols out for both sides, basically across the board there. That one SMG coming into play as the economy surge is sitting here on round number 4.
5K's there, 6K's coming soon.
It wasn't Shroud, but it was almost.
Well, no, but the AIRA Tempest 6K.
Oh, yep, that's true. That's true.
That's the other moment that we are tracking for. But it's a reset of approach now after 3 rounds of hitting A, going back to a default for Team TRUO. Look like they're going to take a little bit of mid control, a little bit of A main control, see what they can find there. Not a lot of presence outside of group, site, at least at the start.
We're seeing the defenders still holding quite a bit of emphasis over towards this A side, and given how these rounds have gone so far, I cannot say that I am surprised. Complete lack sort of banana control, though. We'll see if that's something, I mean, a little bit of eyes on it, but it will allow the attackers to sort of move out and play around there should they want to. And a decent amount of util that can be set up to sort of leverage potentially a push actually on the side as well. We've seen that connection in quite a bit. A lot of noise being made here at A, though, potentially looking to draw these defenders over.
This is really good by AIRA, putting some, capitalizing a little bit on the conditioning that they've made of Team Shroud, of stacking so many people on the A site, but also throwing those grenades to potentially loosen up the health bars of players that are playing and crossing, and K2 is there to take Justin out from that same angle. The Zeus has yet to commit one way or the other, but Shroud is getting trades elsewhere on the map.
Key trade here, just looking to pick up 1 for 1, still trying to suss out where the opponents are. Green box position being held by Shroud. Looking to try and hold back here as well. Again, keeping an eye on those rotations in for mid, but a very passive mid play from the defenders. But Cam, to your point, there's only 3 sets of eyes. Even with the ability to swap between the different bodies, there are openings potentially for attackers to sneak through, but they're not opting to do so. They are committing now onto the A side. Here comes the execution.
It was all fake! Mid was all a ruse. TENZ gets 1, but of course it's AIRA getting a second. Tried to swap down to the low ground peak, but AIRA is popping off. No Tempest is needed. Any weapon is enough, but oh, wait a second. Cut out in the open. The Zeus still needs to get planted.
That's huge. There's only 20 seconds left on the clock. That was absolutely massive there from Shroud. Punching above his weight here a little bit in the 1v3 situation. The Vector wall is coming out. Zeus one going down in a slightly more defensible position. Back of Yellow, only 30 HP to work with. And at this point, ain't nothing you got to do but sit back and wait. You have to make Shroud come to you. All the onus is on him. And though I say this, here comes the second.
Not overcommitting on the spray, but still pulls a lot of attention towards the main approach. Wall allows the cross without too much punish, but
AIRA!
Another 5K. I can't even finish my thought before AIRA gets another kill. That aggressive, that fast. When I said Team Shroud should be renamed Team TENZ, this team should be renamed Team AIRA. Ridiculous. 13-3.
What we have not. This is the most dominant start from any player that we have seen so far in this tournament. Absolutely incredible play there. Whatever little warm-ups we talked about before, the more information you feed to Team Shroud, the worse potentially it could be for their opponents because they can get the read. Again, they have players who have played thousands of hours of high-level, competitive games across multiple titles. And then you just have AIRA in the situation saying, "I don't care about any of that. I just want to click heads."
I'm just sitting here with my arms crossed waiting for the 6K. I mean, 2 5Ks, still waiting though. I mean, they're almost there.
How can you be disappointed after 2 5Ks? This is the one way. He was like, well, it's not good enough for me.
I'm disappointed. I know the 6K is coming.
Peak.
Well, not this round.
Not this round. Hey, well, they have a second
Actually,
life.
no, that's not true. Hold on.
I mean, I love that the aggressive positioning from TENZ. We've actually seen quite a bit of that, actually. A little bit of an aggro rip off the start. try and catch one out, not thinking that they would have gone so far up into the barn. So I like that position there from the defenders, realizing they cannot continue to let Team TRUO play their game. When you say that, the man himself popping off a bit, and AIRA, just the knowledge of where that's going to be Cam pre-aiming, like in any tac shooter, so key.
Map familiarity unlocks levels of performance.
Zeus
expect.
carrier was killed.
Shroud, though, takes the Zeus out. That's good information to find. There's still a whole minute left, so moves can still be made. But with the dual amp popped out, ready to take this fight.
We're seeing the defender push. This is all Shroud all the time. Walking
Oh,
in
the
the
flash!
What is going on? They just run past each other in the smoke, and TRUO
down.
comes out on top. What an absolute clown fiesta.
But Shroud used the dual amp secondary ability to call their unit back, still up in the high ground. Got a second, still taking this fight. It's not done yet. Shroud is still holding down the B site.
It is still a 2v2 situation, but with more bodies here for the defenders. See what they're going to be able to do with this. Looping back around in through the mid, making a lot of noise, though. You know the Spectre warnings are going to be popping here, rotating in towards A. Pickup here from Team Shroud would be absolutely massive. Smokes are coming in, but it's actually a bit of a fake. They're going to go back towards B.
They're going back towards Shroud. Gotta watch out for this guy. He's gonna take them both down. 4K at the end. It was looking a little saucy. But it's getting back close to tied up, 2-3.
I actually love that play from Shroud, because that, you know, sitting back at sort of this back half of B, those sort of attacker spawn sight lines, or sorry, defender spawn sight lines, actually give a lot more options for the folks to rotate in from A side and actually be able to offer a lot more support. So sitting back there, they can either together play the retake or do exactly what we saw there, which is sort of that bit of an unforced error. So I actually love that positioning call from Shroud. But man, this has been a scrappy game so far. It feels like at any given point, one player can just totally pop off. Right now, it's the AIRA show. I'm watching who is going to be the person on Team Shroud to step up in response.
Another quick push out by Shroud. Finding nothing outside of B main, but TRUO finds TENZ. TENZ is second player, second character. Gets a trade, another peek outside from Banana. TRUO is pushed ahead of it.
The spot, the jump. I
heard that!
Getting the shot through the flash. TRUO, you
What? Wait, I thought they were the one. Oh, no.
Nope. Sticks the angle, holds it, trusts the gut.
I thought that was their skull that got dinked.
Nope.
Ridiculous. Oh, wow.
That's demoralizing.
That is. That's one that TENZ
man.
just has to, like, you know what?
Go next.
Yep. Like, all right, cool. Sick.
And like all doing everything right too, jumping out, baiting out the location, getting the intel, perfect flash. And TRUO's just like, I'm just gonna pull the trigger though. Thank you. That's fine. I'm just gonna kill you if it's all good. And not a whole lot you can do in that situation. The attackers are repositioning. It's going to come down to Shroud, the anchor of this site, the only one who's going to have this intel. You see the stim coming in, Cam. What can he do?
Done it once before. Can he do it again? Pulls the second unit after the first kill. Drags his character away so it doesn't get swung on like that, but the timing of the transition after you die does punish him. TRUO ends up getting yet another kill now. Wipes out the entirety of Shroud. And it is all left to one player. It's all down to Justin. They're lurking from the B site, and that cross is being held.
This one's tough, and that's twice now that Shroud has brought in the Spectre. I'm not sure they necessarily wanted to do that. Now,
No, that
TRUO
one looked
up in-
intentional, and I like the idea behind it, but it required them to get that second kill. Maybe not expecting
Next round is
the
side
follow-up swing so fast. It was a big commitment onto the A site.
Sorry, I just have to point out that when we're talking about AIRA getting all these kills, TRUO is up in damage.
Yeah.
I mean, seriously impressive at this point, considering how many kills AIRA's been able to pull out. But yeah, TRUO is saying, look, my name is still on the poster here, team. Still got to put things up. And now at 4-2, this is looking like a very convincing half for the attackers. So I love it. They're pulling back to a full default 3v3. I wouldn't be surprised here if they're going to try and bait out something. As again, we've seen a little bit of aggressive defense coming in from Team Shroud. At this point, I wouldn't be surprised to see things slow down just a smidge. And, give Team Shroud an opportunity to, well, do that.
TENZ has been getting shut down on this map, not given the same level of freedom same impact that we saw on commons. Solo player on the A site, where it looks like that is going to be the site of destiny again for Team TRUO, but they are making a slow approach, putting some more resources, gaining control of mid first.
I mean, they did such a good job of utilizing the util to block these line of sights. Like, A is a very open site. Like, A main, there's you can play from back, you can play from connector, you can play from L block, you can play from the big box. Like, there's a lot you can do from a defender here, but a couple of key smokes we're seeing are really shutting down a lot of these sight lines. And again, utilizing duck, I feel like we're seeing the snap on both sides. Kills are going out across the board.
This fight from TENZ to the player up in duct still playing out. There's a quick unpeak by the duct player, it looked like, after the shots traded past each other's ears. But there's still no sign of which site it's going to be. Though I think the utility being thrown now with only 38 seconds left should be the moment, should be the signal that it is going to be an A site take.
And that's what I'm saying. Those key smokes coming in, blocking the line of sights. It's all it takes. Very little util committed to get a full sight control now from Team TRUO, who is continuing to just absolutely dismantle Team Shroud. Justin getting knocked down one after the other, going bowling. Only one player dropped so far. Oh, and beautiful. Oh my God, if you're Shroud, what do you even do against that?
Don't get flashed, I guess? I don't know. It's hard, but I think that Umbra's flash is probably one of, if not the best flash in the game. It goes through walls. It doesn't go around corners, so maybe there are like some angles that the Pinnacle flash is superior on, but I'm a big fan of Umbra. What can I say?
I think it's just that experience coming in for, sorry to cut you off, Paul. I was just going to just say, like, that's where, like, that just massive amount of games played, like, on this map with that sponsor. He knows he can run up to that box. If I put it down here, this is going to be long enough to hit, you know, this player who's contesting me from mid. I just think it's like, I don't know, I just get pretty excited seeing K2 on that pick. It's just really cool to see him be the first player in the tournament to pull it out.
To do so effectively as well. I mean, this is really just showcasing again how unique each one of these sponsors feel and how much of an impact it feels like each one of them can have just sitting here. And what's cool is, again, you can leave this set up, swap to your other Spectre, swap to your other body, and utilize the intel that you're gathering for yourself. That's just sick. That's just absolutely sick. So love to see how that's being utilized here with Shroud getting pushed a bit from door. Oh, the crossfire though coming in. Shroud, Rock the hard place, now trying to swing here with the Duster. Is able to get that one. Nice pick up there in AIRA. A rare miss given how this game is going so far, but only 26 feet to work with. Able to try and get the wall bang in here, making a lot of noise over on this B site as the committal is coming in through Banana with the shutdown from Team TRUO.
A bit of an overcommittal, if you ask me, especially with the Brat. You got to be well aware of the threat range of that machine pistol. It can get some kills at long range, but it is so lethal up close and personal. You want to play around tight corners with that. Swing around the side. TRUO, K2 both getting kills now.
Zeus is down on the field.
Seeing the push coming in now on the site. Great swings, great team play. Seeing the last dish push, but having the Spectre right there around the corner. The similar play to what Shroud was trying to do in that last round. But K2 able to leverage that second body, utilize the intel immediately. And Cam, just like that, 6-2. This has totally gotten away from Team Shroud. What started as a really even game has been Team TRUO all the way.
I don't think this is the scoreline that you can get away with full saving after losing the pistol. I know the idea of a tier 4 rifle buy on round 3 is tempting, but you're going to give your opponent match point. You don't want to have to play 4 overtime if you can avoid it. And playing with tier 2s, tier 3s can be just as lethal if you're good with it, right? Like, you're not stuck with, like, Play-Doh weapons if you don't have a full buy.
No, honestly, like, you know, in the right situation, there's a lot of these guns feel really impactful, especially the single shot guns. Like, there's a lot of emphasis on, like, the DMR and the semi-automatic rifles, and honestly, I love that because it's really that skill expression, as we're seeing K2 bringing out there as well, in this case with the sniper, having a huge impact on the, you know, ability to sort of take it over.
Carriers down.
You know, all the money in the bank. So definitely keep an eye on that. Is Justin pinned in again. Sight control here.
Yeah, I mean, also, I will say this take doesn't look particularly good by Team Shroud. Another multi-kill round for AIRA. But for Shroud, it looked like they wanted to do a really fast hit, but
Match
they were
point.
non-committal. They stalled at the entrance, and that heartbeat kill onto Shroud seemed to have scared the rest of them. If you hit a site, you need to hit the site, no matter who goes down on the process. You can't give your opponents a time to respond and pull any of their units over. You need to kill everyone there in a matter of seconds, or else it's all a waste.
I think one thing that stands out to me as really cool is also in that last round, K2 definitely one of the weapons I most associate with him is that light sniper, the Harpy rifle. Yeah. And I think what's really cool is that something about that gun, it does 101 to the body. So he didn't even go for that headshot on Shroud. He just hit him with the body shot. He just is expecting them to not have armor to be saving, probably watching their previous matches. He just can read them like that and had some big stuff happen in that round. But TENZ warming up in this one.
Yeah, they did go for the save, and they have full rifle tier 4 buys now. Crossfire set up by the defense as they approach through Banana. K2 with the double with the buzzsaw. Justin was able to take TRUO down. Still favors Team Shroud on the approach to B.
Now the Reaver in the hands of K2 as the rotation now coming in from Team Shroud over towards this A site. There will still be some defender presence as the wall comes out. Spotted, not able to pick up that initial kill. That was huge. Justin able to pull one out before he's traded back. Nice shots there from AIRA on the back site. It is going to be a 3v2 situation, at least in terms of bodies.
Zeus has been planted.
Going down, but rest of the attackers here maybe a little bit spread. It really comes down that lone player on site who will now be spotted out. Shroud, they know where he is. Can they execute on this? Almost finds that shot through the wall. They know exactly where he's going to be as the blind goes in. Great util there. The Shroud getting forced back into the corner, and AIRA just a little bit bigger. Now, TENZ not in a great position. Does have the grenades to play around. It's not enough.
Defenders have
that grenade, not quite there. And K2 was holding the angle anyway, letting AIRA go for the full defuse. 23-8, top scorer of the match. 8-2 victory. What another dominant showing this time by Team TRUO.